Hello, everybody. It is Dennis and Andy with your movie review on this lovely Friday as Hurricane Helena or whatever comes blowing through us. Um, Last night, Dennis and I went and saw a new Halle Berry movie, Never Let Go. Dennis, what is Never Let Go about?
A family that has been haunted by an evil spirit for years. Their safety and their surroundings come into question when one of the children questions, is this evil real or is it made up?
Oh, Halle Berry stars in this horror thriller. She has two twin boys that I don't know. They look like they're around 10, maybe 8, 10. Played by two different actors, not real twins. And Halle Berry, the bright point of this movie is Halle Berry, for her age, goes through this whole movie because, they're living kind of rustic out in the woods with no makeup, and she still holds up.
Yep. So this is what I'm going to say about this movie.
The Village did it better.
It kind of was The Village, but the point of this movie is mom sees dead people. The boys can't see this evil, and mom sees it, and there's a whole history. And this is a blessed house. It was like old blessed house of ancient wood. Protect us from the be pure and good. And they've got this nice thing going on there, and there's this ritual that they do. And they find out that if they anchor the rope to the house, that they can walk out into the actual world, and the goodness of the house goes through the rope and protects them. You see most of that within the trailer.
And let me tell you, these ropes, because 3 ropes, 3 people, are some long ass ropes. I'm just going to tell you that. And they're the big thick kind too, so it's not just going to slip off.
Yeah. I don't know how long, because it's really never talked about, but they seem to go like, I swear, a country mile with these ropes.
Dude, that one kid, one of the kids walked all the way to a road.
Yes.
And they do long shots of the house, aerial shots. I don't know where that road is, but it ain't close. Now, he did tie multiple ropes together to make, he tied all 3 together.
Yes.
So his would be very long. But so they go out, and like Dennis said, they establish even in the movie pretty quickly that they have to go out. These ropes are tied to them. But, you see, for instance, Halle Berry is the one seeing dead people. The kids haven't seen them. And I mean, right out of the gate, you're just like, okay, this woman's crazy. Now, from a performance standpoint, so we do always touch on that. I mean, I thought Halle Berry's performance was fine. It's not Oscar worthy or anything. It was fine. It was a different type of role for her. The only other 2 actors really in the movie are these 2 kids. I mean, they were fine too. No shade thrown on any of them for the acting.
No, I would agree. Halle Berry, I mean, she's not known. I think Gothica might be her only horror other movie. And I would not consider this a horror movie, and I know it was kind of presented this way. To me, it's more of a psychological thriller than it is a horror movie. But she does a good job of playing this mother who cares about her kids, has to be very strict because of everything that she believes. She gets frantic at times, she's all, you can tell she cares about her kids and stuff. I agree. I like the performance. And then you got the 2 boys, and they were very much night and day difference. The one boy, Samuel, and the other boy is Nolan. Samuel is 3 minutes older in the movie, and he believes everything mom says.
Dennis, that's like you and I. I'm 3 minutes older than you. We're not twins or
Oh, so
anything.
cute.
Oh wait,
So
I meant 3 weeks. Go ahead.
yeah, but the younger kid, Nolan, he is the one that he is starting to not believe mother because he can't see any of this stuff with
No,
his eyes. Doesn't
right.
exist. He keeps
He's
wanting
like
to take the rope off, and
this little
he's
kid's like
pushing the envelope.
this little kid's like this is bullshit. That's all I know. This is a bunch of bull. And he tries to I mean, we're not doing a separate spoiler part because honestly, when we get to our scoring of it, you'll probably be like, thanks for taking a bullet for us, which we do, like Donald Trump. For you, we took a bullet. Um, I mean, it gets to a point where the kid that doesn't believe in it basically has had enough when mom's like, Halle Berry's like, okay, kids, we can't live on the scraps of food. She cooked up tree bark, cooked it up, seasoned it, and made them eat tree bark. Now, I don't scout. So Dennis, scout leader Dennis, can
I
you eat tree bark?
I mean, you can eat it.
Well, you
It's
can eat
not
anything, but is
exactly
it
nutritional. No, that is not what you asked. It is not nutritional. The fact is, so the reason they were eating tree bark is they had terrible winters, and this last one was so brutal it basically killed off all of their plants, all of their way to grow food. No potatoes, no nothing. They've been eating bugs and frogs, and there's some really good scenes with them digging and trying to forage, trying to
yeah.
a squirrel, anything that's out there that they can eat. There is one devastating scene where I won't say what it is, but if they don't do this, they have a chance to at least have meat and salted meat for the next month or so, and it's heartbreaking and heartwarming all at the
Wait,
same.
wait, wait. This part, knowing how this movie is, you're not going to spoil this part of the movie. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I'm not going to spoil that because
All
it
right.
was the most hard hitting point of the movie.
It was. It was. You're fine. You're right. You're right. It definitely was. It's the part of the movie where everybody in the audience is like, "Oh no, no, you don't. No, nope, don't do it." So you're right.
So one of the things that this movie does a really good job of, because and it really never answers it, is she completely psycho? So this is the
Right.
question: is Mama completely psycho? She's just freaking out. She's like a religious zealot. You have to believe, and if you don't believe, you're going to hell, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or is she psychotic? Or does she really see, I see dead people and I can see this evil that's out there, and I truly am protecting my kids from it? And then you see things that allow you to think it's one way or the other. She is seeing things, she is doing things, and the boys can't see it. But then there's multiple times throughout this where, oh my God, maybe she's right. There is evil. But she's
Right.
telling the boys, the world is evil, the world is destroyed, we are all that's left. And then a hiker comes in, and eventually the daughter of the hiker, which was an interesting scene because now you're doubting everything Mama has said. And then towards the end of the movie, all of a sudden the boy's taking a picture, and suddenly you see something in there, and maybe Mama was right all along. So if you and I will probably never rewatch this movie. You can watch this
No.
movie from the beginning to the end thinking Mama's crazy and she's just a loony bin going to
Yeah.
the loony bin.
That's
Or
just
you
it.
can watch this movie going, there's supernatural shit happening here and on there. And honestly, at the end of this, neither one would be wrong because
Well,
there's
the
an
thing
argument
is,
to the pros on both.
I just don't think they did a good enough job of her establishing the back history of this evil, you know, to sell me on it. And like you said, you can go either way with it. Um, the hiker does show up towards the end of the movie. The daughter shows up. stuff gets crazy. Finally, actually, from the moment the hiker shows up, which is the third act, that's when I was finally interested. Honestly, I told Dennis I could have got up and left. Oops, that gives away a little bit of the CGC score. I was kind of tired too. And when I feel that way, I can either stay, keep eyes open, keep watching, or if I want to kill time and I have that tired feeling, Dennis knows I can close my eyes and nap it out.
Yeah,
I did not nap it out, even though I wanted to. I think we've said enough. Let's CGC this puppy.
You're first.
It is my turn. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever done this. Seriously, I'm going to 0.5. I wouldn't. The reason we went to 0.5, the reason we went to it in the first place is because we're looking at what came out this week, and there really wasn't anything tickling our fancy, and we want to keep going to a movie once a week for you guys. So I said, well, look at this trailer. And he looked at it, he goes, oh yeah, I remember seeing this in the theaters, the trailer. I said, yeah, it looks kind of interesting. So we went.
It was between this or The Shade, and the trailer, I was like, no interest.
Well, honestly, The Shade or the Transformers CG animated movie, which I kind of wish we would have went and saw.
Wow. I knew you didn't like it, because when Andy doesn't like something, he tends to talk through the movie, and he was full of comments yesterday.
Yeah, but I commented when it was sound effects only, not during dialogue. But yeah, I was just like, oh my, yeah, yeah, 0.5. Okay. Go ahead.
Wow, you and I are really far apart on this one. This was not one of my favorite movies, but there were aspects, like I said, that I did enjoy, and I think The Village did do it a little bit better, but I'm giving it a 5.5. I thought it was.
Oh my God. Why? Why is it that high? A 5.5 is telling people, hey, if this is on TV, you should watch it.
You know what? I didn't hate it that bad. I was just like, there were a few parts. It was really slow to get up and go. And once it did, there were enough things that caught my interest. And like I said, I really wanted to find out, is Mama crazy or not? And
you
some
never
people
did.
will probably hate the fact that we won't find out, or you have to draw your own conclusions and then argue. This would be one where in a debate team, you could argue the pros and cons of if she was crazy. But with that being said, I thought the acting was good. I thought the premise was interesting. There was just a lackluster execution on some of the stuff.
And the acting was good, but I'm giving it a review, and I'm not saying you're not. I'm just, a little more explanation of mine. The acting quality has nothing to do with the 0.5. It literally is, should you see this movie? And if Catwoman was playing, I would have seen Catwoman instead with Halle Berry.
Yeah, actually, that's a comment Andy made when we walked out. He goes, oh, I think I would have rather seen Catwoman.
So, it's not, it's few and far between. And yeah, I know you gave it a 5.5, which is a low rating for you. So, it's few and far between we see movies of this low quality. Hopefully next week
let's find out
something better. Yeah, let's find out, because it has been out a couple, so there should be.
IMDb is giving it a 5.7.
Losers.
And let's go to Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes, the critics are giving it a 63, and the audience score is a 55.
Well, you are right on with it.
Yep. Yeah, some of the critics really liked it. I'm looking at some of the reviews on it, and other ones. This is the Andy review. Tim Roby put it out. Wiser advice than the title. Simply don't go.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, don't go. A 0.5 for me is when I'm scrolling through the channels and I see it, there's not even a hesitation of like, I should watch it. It's just gone. A 2.0 and above, there might be a hesitation as background noise while I'm reading something, but a 0.5 means no.
Well, we did notice in it that it was a Holly and Holly production.
Hallie and Holly.
Yeah, Holly and Holly. Halle and Holly. And yeah, we were kind of joking last night, like, well, maybe a couple of friends, Holly and Holly, decided to get together. Nobody else will put this out, so let's do this.
Yep, this should teach everyone, don't listen to celebrities, because Halle Berry chose this movie to produce, and you see what you got. But we chose to produce KOR-DRATH: The Awakening, the new 64-page graphic novel, follow-up to the smash hit KOR-DRATH: The Reckoning. Tons of great stuff here, guys. 64-page square-bound graphic novel bringing you the adventures of KOR-DRATH and Adriana as they continue their quest to save the Shattered Reach from the evils of Vordoom the Undying, the Necronite, and Lilneth. Guys, if you like Game of Thrones, Dungeons and Dragons, and such, you will love this. We've got cool t-shirts, great posters, 5 different covers to choose from. And if you missed the first one, you can get it as an add-on or with the catch-up tier that includes a new printing with a new cover and cover A to The Awakening. So guys, go check that out. Link in the description below. And if you missed the children's book, guys, we shipped them all out, fulfilled yesterday. Yeah, we overprinted, of course. Go back it. Link in the description below. Your book will ship out the next day, guaranteed. Ain't that right, Dennis?
Sure is. We had fun doing it, and they're all out in the mail. So thank you, everybody.
That's right. We'll be back next Wednesday, 3 p.m. See you then. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend. Be safe if you're in the path of the hurricane.